Heart Foundation and Pediatric Congenital Heart Disease. Blakely Allen was a seemingly lethargic newborn until one night she tragically ended up in the ER instead of her crib. Her story was written by her mom, who saw this firsthand. Blakely's mother was induced and she was born in 2004, and after weeks of unrecognized worry, Blakely became visibly ill and was taken to the emergency department. What was erratic breathing and pale color turned into cardiac arrest, life support, and 17 different medications. She had Shone's complex, which is a bunch of abnormalities in the structure of her left heart. After discovering a blood clot, medications were administered and they seemed to work. Blakely had many secondary symptoms from her heart condition that kept her in the hospital for much longer. And this is a picture of Blakely. If you want to read her full story, it's on thechildrensfoundation.org/CHFkids. Then Blakely's mother was concerned about her child's health, but until her newborn was in visible distress, no one else really took her concerns seriously or recognized them as symptoms. According to Mount Sinai Hospital, congenital heart disease is expected to become more prevalent as time goes on. According to the Children's Heart Foundation, a child is born with a congenital heart disease every 15 minutes, and in 2015, the CDC said researchers estimate that there were 1 million children living with congenital heart disease in 2010. Congenital heart disease is expected to become more prevalent. However, the public's identification of symptoms and professional diagnostic speed are too far behind. The internet is a good place to read up to understand more about it. These are some good websites that have lots of information about diagnosis and what happens afterwards. The Cincinnati Children's Hospital had listed these symptoms on their website, and then Mount Sinai Hospital also listed what goes into actually diagnosing congenital heart disease. So they talk to the patients or the parents to find out symptoms and family history, an echocardiogram, which is a 2D picture of the heart. And at their hospital, they have 5 doctors specifically specializing in this area. And then they just came out with a 3D echocardiography technology, which is more advanced than the regular echocardiogram. An MRI, heart rhythm monitoring, stress test, and invasive testing, which is cardiac catheterization and electrophysiology studies. So as you can see, these are all very advanced and very expensive technology. There are plenty of resources available to become more familiar with this disease. However, reading sites like Mount Sinai's reveal how critical, expensive, and advanced machinery is in the process of getting a diagnosis. The Children's Heart Foundation was founded for awareness and research of pediatric heart disease. Their goal is to provide advancements in diagnoses, treatment, and prevention. Donations are vital for this research, awareness, and care. Mount Sinai reveals that medical centers with advanced machinery and resources make a difference in this process. To make a donation, you can go to thechildrensheartfoundation.org. On the homepage over here, you click Donate Now. And then if you wanted to make a donation online, you would click here and it brings up the page where you could pick your amount and if you wanted to make a tribute, or you could also mail in your donation, and they're right here in Illinois. The donations make it possible for organizations like the Children's Heart Foundation to provide funds for research and advancements in diagnosis, treatment, and preventions, and knowledge of pediatric heart conditions. Congenital heart disease is becoming more prevalent, but with the help of people like you, families affected by congenital heart disease can sleep easier. These are my resources, and thank you. These are some children that were featured on the website.
Very good.